Okay.
And then,
now I'm going to share it.
whoa, bugs.
Hey.
It said something went wrong. You're sharing it on your,
Yes.
I don't know what page. Hello, all. We're going to cook vegan pesto today. Oh, man. Our stove isn't the happiest stove in the world right now. Oh, well. It's, you might show the stove later. Just, like, disregard it's not the cleanest stove in the world. Or do I just clean the stove? Maybe I just clean the stove. You guys want me to watch somebody clean a stove today?
Huh?
That's fun.
Yeah. Now I'll try to entertain you.
Yes.
Hey. Did it. That's just cleaning a stove.
So
It's a great time.
this is
Hungry as a horse.
horse.
Hungry. Oh, man. That fan is getting a nice whiff of that cleaning supply. It's just blowing, just smelling it.
Oh,
great. Oh,
it's natural cleaning supplies.
It's great.
Speaking of hungry, I should
Smells
just
just
do
as
the
bad
recipe.
as.
It's vinegar, Dawn dish soap, well, as natural as Dawn dish soap gets.
Hey, Ellen. Hey, Jen.
And vinegar, Dawn dish soap, and lemon essential oil.
All right. Well,
yeah.
I just started mine, so to put everybody on the same page, we're making
vegan pesto.
We're making vegan pesto, and by we I mean I'm gonna watch Esther make some vegan pesto. I don't know why my last name got to be in the name of this one. She's the one doing all the work.
Last week you did all the work. Last week was vegan pizza.
That's true.
We have to do a recap of last week, because if you watched this week and you didn't watch last week,
you're gonna be behind.
You don't even know what happened.
If you didn't see,
you don't know who murdered who.
We weren't even at the same home.
Oh yeah. There was a
Daniel Glass. How's it going?
Mystery. Somebody cheated on somebody. We don't even know if they're gonna get back together. It was complicated. Wow, your hair's wet or something.
Yeah. Why
you got fancy? Dad got fancy in this one. All right. So yeah, hungry as a horse. Theme music.
Theme music for Hungry as a Horse.
Hey.
Hey.
That's the show. We are broadcasting live on here and on Planet Ants.
And on my Instagram, on Facebook, and on Planet Ants
Network. Live network. Planet Ant is a theater, Black Box Theater in Hamtramck, and they also have a hall across the street from the Black Box Theater in Hamtramck, and a bar called Ghost Light, and a comedy club called the Independent Comedy Club, and support them. They, I don't know, you guys can get, Michigan can get in groups now, right? In like 10? Groups of 10? That's about how many people were at the shows at the Independent sometimes when I did them. So, hey, there's going to be groups of 10 people laughing together soon. So, support them. They've been doing a lot during the entire quarantine. So, you can go to planetant.com and watch their live streams. There's a podcast network. And we are starting a podcast on the podcast network. And we put out an episode that was really late. So, I'm hesitant to even talk about it. So when we put out episode 2, we'll be really happy about talking about it.
It was current when we recorded it, but we got really late. We recorded a podcast. It was a Tiger King podcast. The first episode. It's not a Tiger King podcast, but the first episode covered the Tiger King series. But we were a little late in our putting it out, and so now it would be like the equivalent of like. I don't know. To us, we're just like, why don't we talk about how we can't believe that Trump got elected? Like, it would be like the first episode. Can't believe Hillary lost. Can you believe it?
All right.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thanks there, Peen Sam 6. I'm not good at pronouncing Instagram names. All right.
This is a problem with making vegan pesto and some things that I made. And so now I'm kind of thinking I'm going to try to figure out what the recipe is. So
how do you normally make this?
I just throw it together and then.
So she normally just throws this together. So this is her first time trying to make this.
Measure.
Yes, this is her first time trying to measure.
Because I should know.
Now this is really just her way of having like evidence of how she made it. Really, we're only going live, so this can be a recorded way of knowing how she makes this, because she never writes this down at all.
But I will say, I messed up, and I just blame quarantine every time I mess up anything. I messed up the fact that I should have had like real garlic. Don't have real garlic for this. So always use real garlic, except when you don't have it. If there's a pandemic,
Always use it unless you don't have it. That's a good way to add it.
Then don't even bother. The next time the world comes to an end,
the next
garlic
pandemic.
powder.
Pandemic number 2.
Yeah. Pandemic number 2. Back and what are they called? Like back and better.
Like a sequel?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Sequel.
Back and bold.
Yeah, and better than ever. I have cheap garlic powder. I'm ashamed of my garlic powder. I'm sorry. This was like I just got here, and I was
It's
like,
garlic in powder form. What's a fancy version of garlic powder?
Pansy or like a better spice.
Do a Jim Gaffigan joke? What you want? A sharper image? Is that the?
Sharper image one?
You want a sharper image garlic powder? Is that fancy for you?
Not good enough. I got a lot of kids.
You do a lot of good impressions, and Jim Gaffigan is not one of them.
Thanks. All right. So I did find this recipe at first online, and then quickly forgot it, and then just make it up every time I do it. But hey, spoons. Where are the spoons? Oh, here they are. So my tip 1 for today is
Tip 1. Hot Pockets.
If we
Jude knows. Yeah.
If we did this on like the other streaming, like if we tried harder, we could have graphics and shit. But this is just like tip 1. Whoosh. It's just fake graphics. Pretend they were graphics.
That's a lot more fun. You want me to try to add the graphics?
Yeah.
Myself, I'm the graphics person.
Do the graphics.
I'm not.
Tip 1. Thanks. I always used to make pesto with pine nuts. And pine nuts, especially, I don't know if it's LA or pandemic, what pine nuts are expensive right now. Holy shit. I went to the, they didn't say how much they were.
Does anybody know how much pine nuts cost? Because I don't. I have no idea.
It was a
This is
little
why she can't send me to the store without prices for things I've never bought. I would not know. If somebody's like $20, I'd be like, okay, I'm probably going to get yelled at, but I'm going to buy these pine nuts.
It was a little bit of pine nuts. And it didn't say the price, so I asked some Kroger/Ralph's person, and they're like, "Oh, beep, $9.99, $9.99 for a little tiny thing of nuts."
Is this the size? This seems like a
no. This is bigger, and this is walnuts. So then I was like, "Well, I'm never buying pine nuts again." Apparently, until like you hit it big. Like there's things that I'm like, Jeff, if you ever get money, can we get?
Quiet, Sink.
Yeah,
I was saying makes noise. Sorry about that.
I think the last time was I told him, can we have a dog that we only take care of when we want to? That was my last rich person request.
Yeah.
It's a great idea. I only want a
dog. I was just like, what do you mean? Like rich people do? What do you mean? What do you mean? How much do you think, how often do you think Kevin Hart sees his dog? How often do you see
he had a dog.
He's got dogs, at least for his family's got dogs that he visits when he's not working.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know that many things, but I do know.
Walnuts.
I do know that there's different types of nuts. If you watched this before, I'm always surprised. Did you guys know that there was more than one type of potato? I thought it was just called potato, and that was it. If somebody was like, "I got a red potato," I would have been like, "Cool, man. All right, whatever, okay." But there's different types of nuts. I know that. I know some stuff.
That one you knew.
I knew that.
I love, my friend Liz says that peanuts are the carnations of nuts, because carnations are the flower.
Carnations are one of the 5 flowers that exist.
Yeah, you have to do that joke on stage. You can't handle it. Jeff thinks that there's only 5 of everything.
Of everything I don't know, I just think it was like 5, and then I just try to think of the 5. So for flowers, there's roses.
Okay.
Violets.
Oh, wow.
Because that's the same. Roses are red, violets are blue. That's the only... Yeah, there's roses, there's violets, there's, what was one you just said?
Carnations.
Carnations, honestly, okay, I wouldn't have thought of that. So that's kind of cheating for me to put it on the list. Is that the thing that people put on your thing when you're going to prom and shit? You get carnations?
If you're cheap. They're cheap.
I just thought that was the only kind you got for prom.
They're
I thought those were like,
flowers.
yeah. So that okay. Fuck. Damn. I know
That's
there's
it?
more. Hold on. I mean, dandelions aren't flowers.
Yeah,
are
they're
they?
flowers.
I thought they were just like some weeds. And
Yeah,
shit.
but it's flowers. If it's flowers, it's a flower.
Flower weeds. Okay. If it flowers, that's why they're called flowers. It's
Yeah.
they flower.
Yeah.
Fuck. We are learning.
We learned a lot today.
Wow, I thought that was just what they were called. Like it's called a chair. What do you mean? Like I didn't know everything had a name
It's a
for
verb, a noun, and a verb, and one.
Oh,
That's what
man.
happens to.
it. It's a
I don't know. I just learned that Eastern Standard Time is Eastern Daylight
lavender.
Time.
Is that a flower?
Yeah, it does because it flowers. So Kai taught me that. I saw that Kai checked in a little earlier.
Oh
So
man,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Kai taught me
I only
that
got 4, and
Eastern
one of them I
Standard
didn't even know. And yeah, I didn't know that.
All right.
You can make wine from dandelions?
Oh wow.
Sorry, I talk over you, and I don't have anything to do with the cooking because otherwise I feel like I'm just standing here. So right now I'm just
No, you're good.
right now
You're
I'm just
good.
interrupting Esther cooking. That's the new.
Yep, that's what it's
Are we
called.
at step 2?
We're using NutriBullet thanks to yes,
NutriBullet.
thanks to Chuck's mother, Kathy Horst, got me a NutriBullet. I graduated.
Shout out to Kay.
Magic.
Shout out to K Weezy. I call my parents K Weezy. That's what I call them.
We make that all
They
the
don't know
time
what it
as
means.
well. Use it in cold pasta salad or in quesadillas as well. It's wonderful on burgers. That's what Heidi mentioned. Heidi is one of the owners of the what is horse of the LA Cafe in Waterford. So go check out the LA Cafe in Waterford.
I've been there.
Um,
What is horse? Horse is my last name. Yep.
That's great. I love that.
That's all it
people
means.
Watching on Planet Ants.
That's all it means. Nothing crazy.
We're like, it's horse.
I would be confused by that too.
All
It's
right.
not even a common enough last name. It's
I remember, at least in the recipe that I read the first time I attempted this, was that it was 2 tablespoons of walnuts.
2
But
tablespoons.
I don't like that because 2 tablespoons. Look at how they sit in here.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not like a spoonful. That's like 2 nuts hanging out on a couch or something. That doesn't look
2
right.
nuts hanging out on a couch.
It just-
That's how
It's not a spoonful. So I'm going 3.
the Esther cookbook. 2 spoonfuls or 3 bunches of nuts hanging on a couch.
I'm going 3, and I'm writing it down. Every time I do this, then I forget by the end.
Oh man, yesterday she made some salsa, and that's
I tried to do it to like practice for this to be
Yeah.
like, yes, this is exactly how you do it, and I can't exactly how you do it.
and every step is try this. Do you like it yet?
All right, it's hard. This one's a little easier than that. All right, basil. I said this before. I try to use organic because they're leaves, and leaves suck up pesticides. It's hard to wash it off. I don't know if I'm supposed to wash
Leaves
this.
suck up pesticides.
Yeah, because they don't have a skin.
Ah, all right. I just wash everything. And I don't know why. I sometimes I remember the right answer, and I just don't remember why, because that's just it's useless.
Alright, so
It's useless
rinse it
stuff
off.
for my brain to hold on to.
Rinsing off leaves. I will say I think it's really pretty outside, so I think nobody in Michigan will be hanging out with us today.
Nobody in Michigan. Oh yeah, that's the thing. It looks pretty all the time. You just look at it whenever you want to. And then in the middle, I'm going to talk so bad about Michigan. I'm going to, man, I don't know why any Horst settlers ever went to Michigan. It is
2 handfuls of basil.
great people.
That's what I'm saying is true right now. This might all change later, but for now, 2 handfuls of basil.
Get out of the cold places, guys. Don't live in a place where it's only nice for 3 months of the year. Martez, get out of Michigan. Go anywhere that is warmer. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
The sink agrees.
Anytime that you're like, oh man, today sucks, you look outside and be like, all right, at least it doesn't suck outside. Sometimes that's all you got. But in Michigan, I didn't even have that sometimes. I'm going on a tangent.
No, I
but
believe
it's the coffee.
I love it. All right. So I would have put a small clove of garlic or a half a clove because I don't like super garlicky. But now I'm doing garlic powder. I just realized I didn't have garlic today.
Right before we started,
There
there was a half a second where she almost debated if we should make an entirely different meal.
Yeah,
I saw her
away.
in her eyes where she was almost like, oh, well, Think about Arizona, but won't be for another 5 years. All right, well, we'll be here, man. We won't be far from you in
So
Arizona.
I'm just guessing, and I'm just putting some garlic powder in, and I'm kind of ashamed. All right, I'm kind of ashamed. This is when I lose people. I have 7 people watching, and I put garlic powder and a basil and a pesto. And
this is the shameful cooking show where you cook and you're just mad at the way that you're cooking.
I'm gonna blame.
Oh, God damn it! I can't believe I'm doing this.
We're gonna keep doing this, and I'm gonna it's gonna be no pandemic. No one's gonna have corona, and I'm still gonna be like, well, like how last year people had corona. That's why I'm putting garlic powder.
Because I still have it in mine. And if
nutritional yeast.
If you're still there, we learned that we're vegan, and we learned that this existed 3 months ago.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I'm making up the time period. I didn't know. I was vegan, and she's holding all these vegan secrets from me. She's not even telling me half of the things that exist in the world. I had no idea that there was a thing called nutritional yeast that that tastes good and is a good substitute in a lot of for Parmesan and in a lot of situations. But
yeah, and for a lot of things, it tastes good on a lot of things, and it's good for you. And that's kind of
quarantine pesto seems like a legit recipe name. Be honest. It does.
Quarantine pesto. I'm putting 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast.
All right.
See how that pans out.
All right, yeast it up.
I probably should
yeast it.
2 handfuls of basil. 2.
Yora, what's going on? How's your quarantine going?
Nooch. And did you tell them that it's called nooch?
It's called nooch. It's called nooch. That's what they call it, nutritional yeast. If you're in the know, you call it nooch. You don't call it nutritional yeast. It'll know that you've been a vegan for 2 days.
Yep, we were all new.
They're like, do you have any of your nutritional yeast powder? And they're like, get the fuck out of here, you noob. They kicked me out of LA when I asked for that.
It was embarrassing.
What do we got?
Olive oil.
There's different types of oil, apparently, and I never remember what oil to put on what. And I always have to ask Esther, what type of oil am I putting on things?
And I always explain the reasoning, and then he's like, I'm not going to remember the reason. So I'm just going to ask you again.
Sometimes it goes on food, sometimes it doesn't, there's no consistency.
There is consistency, and you don't want to remember it. Okay, for now, I'm going 2 tablespoons of olive oil, but I kind of want to do 3.
All right, we'll do it. Live your life. I'm going to update some people that are joining us.
I'm going to do 3. I'm going to do 3 tablespoons of olive oil.
Right now, we're making some vegan pesto, and because of the quarantine, we don't. Which is the excuse we're making. We're using garlic powder instead of
I feel really bad.
Actual garlic clove. Esther feels terrible about it, and so we're just shamefully making. Every Saturday we go live and we make another vegan dish. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, and we're doing good.
Is there anything else? I salt because
working longer hours.
Because I live.
Oh man, I'm not working at all. So I appreciate the people that are actually having to go to real jobs and do real things. And
water. I'm measuring my water. Usually I would just put some fucking water in it. I'm going.
Usually she would just
3
throw
tablespoons of water. That's what I'm doing. I'm measuring.
Measuring.
I'm a measurer. Oh yeah. And all the lemon in the world.
DK.
All the lemon in the world.
Oh yeah.
If we didn't have lemon, I would have quit life. I would have quit the internet.
Every time we've ever added lemon or lime to anything, we've never gotten to a point where we were like, okay, too much. We've never gotten that far yet. I'm not quite sure. I
think I'm going to go entire lemon. And if anyone has a problem with it,
how long?
I guess we're not friends anymore.
When was the quarantine over in France? I should follow world things, and I'm a bad person. In France, quarantine is over, so we are all working.
Wow.
That's what they're saying. Cricket. My Saturday consists of hosting cards against humanity online for my friends. So you guys are doing much better than I am. That sounds like a great time.
That sounds awesome.
Well, when do you do that? Maybe sometime we'll Cards Against Humanity online with you. That sounds great. I'd love to do that.
Maybe sometime we have to go to France.
These are all different people.
But I mean,
I'm responding to different people.
I know, but
I mean, we could go to France. True, but we don't have to go to France to play quarantine online. We have
to go to France.
May 11th.
Although I
the
don't
France quarantine
lift.
We have been vegan. She's been on and off before in her lifetime. When I met Esther, she was vegetarian, and then she beat her vegetarian ideals into me. I'm joking, not at all.
I didn't at all.
She didn't do that at all. She couldn't have cared less. I've been
since you moved here in January.
Since I moved here in January, not this January, the January before that.
So a year and a half.
So a year and a half I've been vegan. In 2.5 years I've been. 2.5 years ago I was vegetarian. So I was vegetarian for a year, and then what are we doing?
Oh, I found it. Yeah.
Heidi said we make that all the time as well. Use it in a cold pasta salad or in a quesadillas as well. It's wonderful on burgers. Oh man, my back hurts.
All right, I'm squeezing all the lemon.
Do you? Oh man, do you pour the juice in out too?
Look at how that happened. I've never had that.
I think I squeeze lemons better than her. So,
you do.
Because you don't get the juices out. You
I
just
do.
No, you do it that way, but then you don't.
Then.
This is squeeze a lemon like a pro. You guys ready? So first, also the smaller that you cut the pieces, the easier it is to get as much from it. I feel like the more pieces you cut your lemon into, the more opportunities you get to get as much juice as possible. So this is what I do.
Your comments.
This is what I do. So I do it.
Wow.
So I do one like this. You squeeze it and you don't do it too quick. If you do it too quick, then some of the juice is going to squirt all over the place, and it's going to be it's going to go crazy. I've been responding to my comments. That's good. So I do this. Hey, I'm talking to you too, Esther.
Oh.
So I do this. Then I do a step more than Esther because
I do that
better than
too.
her. No, you don't. You don't even know what I'm doing. Do you cut the extra lemon pieces
No,
up
I
onto the
don't.
thing? Yeah. These little lemon pieces. Watch out. There's a knife right at your face. So these little things right here. Can you point to them? Those little things. That's
pulp, I guess.
Nobody knows what it's called. And then I cut those off into there. So I got some little extra lemon pieces, and then I do this. Then when you open it up, there's still more. There's still more juice, and then I pour that in there too.
I think you're just stronger.
Just stronger. Oh, you're gonna play the. I'm a woman. I can't squeeze a lemon. I've never even heard of that.
I haven't been doing my upper body strength as much.
It's a squeezer. It does the thing. It does it for you. Are we squeezing all these in there?
Yes, we're doing a whole lemon because I don't
I've read
have.
all the comments.
I didn't, so what?
I read them all out. You were a part of it.
All right, whatever.
A professional lemon squeezer. You really.
Wait, there's more. All right.
So you don't do it too quick, or it goes everywhere.
Oh wow! Yeah, I do it too quick too.
And then the further down you go, the more that if it does
I
go
don't get
anywhere.
any of that stuff coming out. Not the pulp. I don't get the pulp coming out. Well, oh wait. You were going out off the thing.
Yeah,
all right.
So I'm getting some of that in there.
All right. Well, you're like.
And then you do that. All right. Next one.
This is like one of those like.
She doesn't know. She thinks that I just run into walls with my eyes closed. Every time I tell her that I have a method at doing something, she's like, "Oh, I didn't know you did that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't know." I mean, we talk about a lot. We share everything we can, but I'm sorry that I didn't tell you my method of squeezing lemons until now. And now she's acting like I cheated on her. Like she's just like, "You're hiding this from me."
What I'm saying is, I knew that, like, some people are like, "Oh, I like to have a man around for X, Y, and Z reasons."
And this was one of them.
I didn't know this one was such a huge one.
Oh yeah, this is important.
Because having a man around to kill bugs, he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
He takes, because if you're vegan and you like that, like, he wouldn't hurt a fly. Then you live with flies because he won't hurt a fly. He won't kill bugs.
The flies are only there if your place. Flies are there if your place is dirty. So instead of just killing all the stuff, clean your fucking place.
He had a
Why do people always you're gonna kill the flies and kill all the bugs that are only there because your place is dirty as shit.
We did not have a fly.
You're not fixing the problem. You're just gonna have.
We had a multi-legged antenna having situation on the wall.
Okay, what was it doing? Did it have fangs?
I don't know. I didn't get that close.
Oh, you didn't know, so you don't even know. You just shoot first, ask questions later. You
when
don't even.
It has that many legs, you can't.
Oh, we're judging creatures based on how many legs they have.
Yes, of course.
So 4-legged animals are more dangerous than 2.
Yes.
All the time. Okay.
Yes. Now I'm trying to see
I squeezed
if
all those
anyone's
lemons.
with me.
Everybody's with you. Nobody agrees with me on this. Everybody just kills a bug first and asks questions later. Even though, I understand if it's a bee, some things are going to hurt you, and some bugs are just living on. Just because it has "lady" in the word.
Yeah,
that's
sexist.
Pretty.
I know.
That's sexist.
I would not kill a ladybug or a butterfly or a dragonfly.
Because their lives don't matter because they look prettier. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You understand that? Why don't we just kill all the ugly dogs?
Understand.
There's ugly dogs. Why don't we just kill?
On my wall
why don't we just kill all the ugly dogs that exist?
Maybe. We'll kill all the ugly.
All right, that was an inside. So what are we doing? What step number is this?
Now, step 3. We're gonna blend
3 through 6. I'm the graphic guy. If you're late,
not a bee, please.
This is the
bug scary
graphics.
Disease, and bees are great. Leave them alone. Well, this one was one. It had like things like this, and it had legs, and it had like a little tail thing, and it was all.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't think everybody. You weren't facing the camera. Can you show everybody what?
It was like,
no, that's what it was doing.
Yeah.
So it was dancing. So it was having a good time, just living its life, just dancing, feeling the groove. We were probably playing some music, and it was like, "Oh, this is my shit," and it started dancing.
And we were gonna go to sleep.
And then you wanted to kill it.
It was going to get into my life while I slept. It could have gone in my ear and then started a colony in there.
All right.
And then I would have thought differently, and you would have been like, "Why are you saying those things?" Because the bug's living in my ear and eating my brain. All right, blending. And then I shake it up and I blend it again.
Blend it again. All right. All right.
Yeah, I didn't know the difference between NutriBullet and Magic Bullet, but NutriBullet has a stronger motor. So I'm upgraded.
There's also, fun fact, there's also different types of blenders. Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that?
All right.
I didn't know that.
Holy crap, it tastes amazing. So it's okay that we didn't garlic it up.
All right.
This is not a shit ton of sauce, but good enough for both of us for now.
Yeah, it smells
Taste
great.
it with your finger. Yeah. How do you feel about it?
It's fantastic. I think it tastes better because of the lemon.
Yep, me too. I think it's the entire lemon. Oh shit, we were supposed to be doing something this whole time and we didn't.
What?
Make pasta.
Oh man, are you gonna say we? You're leading this.
I know.
I need to ask you how we make food before we start to make it, so I can remind you. Because
I know. Well, we gotta.
Oh man, we didn't even have the dishes.
We
We didn't even have the dishes washed for it. Oh man, I don't know if I can entertain people while we're doing all this. Oh
Let's
God.
see, you gotta do time. It's time for you to do time.
Do
It's
time?
gonna be like the jokes or the dreams you've been having lately, where you have a stand-up comedy anxiety dream.
I've been having dreams lately of doing comedy, and it being so long since I was on a stage that I just had to be a crowd work comedian because I completely forgot all of my jokes. Like I would only remember the setup, so I would just be like, white people, whew, man, I don't know nothing about them. Like I was just drawing a blank, and the sets didn't go bad, but it's funny in your dreams when you do crowd work or when you do jokes at all. It's like you can do terrible or great, and I don't exactly remember what I say, so I can't remember if I really was funny or if it was just gibberish and it was funny in the dream world. Like if I would have had an exact memory of that and recreated it, would it be funny outside of the dream? I don't know. But also I had glasses in that dream, which is weird because I have LASIK, so I don't even know what that was about. But yeah, it was weird.
If any of our comedy friends, if any comedy people are watching, Have you ever had a dream about a joke and then it was actually a joke and then you wrote it down and then you used it?
Yeah, that's a good question. Has anybody ever had a dream where they did has anybody, if there's any comedians watching or any entertainers, have you ever had any creative thought in your dream that you translated into the real world?
Write music.
Not just the idea that you had a dream, though. Like the actual ideas from the dream. Have you ever used that in the real world? What's up, Jovi? How's it going?
All right.
What's up, Philadelphia?
So the other thing I'm gonna do is
you can tell me
some vegetables.
All right.
I'm gonna cook some vegetables to put within the pasta with pesto.
All right.
And
at some point, you can tell me to do stuff if you want, or is this me doing stuff?
You're entertaining.
All right.
But the pesto goes, like a lot of people commented earlier, it can go with like anything. Doesn't have to be pasta, of course, if you're not down with pesto. I know Jeff didn't really know about pesto much before we started hanging out. Not that he wasn't a fan, he just didn't really know much about its existence.
My mom doesn't know what pesto is. Every time it came up in conversation, she's like, "What is that?" So there is.
You're blaming your mom?
I mean, that's where I grew up.
Yeah,
it was with my parents.
I didn't know about pesto growing up for whatever reason.
I mean, half of what we ate when I was a kid was bread with butter on it, spaghetti, green beans, corn. I think that was 90% of what I ate as a kid. Like at home. That was almost all of our home meals. No, my dreams suck, and I always die in them. Oh my God! You need to meditate there. You gotta work on that. You know, I hope you have a great dream. Hope the next dream you have is fantastic. Esther will get mad at me because she'll wake up and it'll be like a stress dream of her like having the crazy. Something that sounds like yours.
All the time. Last night I had a dream that the ocean was on fire.
She had a dream that the ocean was on fire.
And it was under where I was working.
And then I'll wake up and be like, I had a dream that I was playing soccer with a giant dog, and that, and then that was like a real dream we had. I had. Cricket Thighs said, I had a dream of doing a joke, but then I never went on stage, ever. What was the joke? Do you remember the joke? I had a dream where I was directing a movie. I woke up and wrote an entire script based on the dream. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's awesome. I think someone in the audience had a laugh machine. What kind of ocean is that? Yeah, I don't know.
It was the ocean, like the Pacific Ocean. Like I was living here in California.
One-upping Adele. I get it. Fire to the rain. Right? Isn't that how the song goes? Watch it burn. That's something like that. Something like that. Oh, hey, we're going here. Carbs. Where do you get your protein from? Who won, the dog or you? Oh, a lot of questions. So let's see. The dog or me? I don't know. I did score once. I would say if it was a from what I remember, it was tied.
You remember the score?
Well, no, he was just the goalie, so I wouldn't say tied. It was just the dog was but it was like it was more like a Clifford the Big Red Dog sized dog. That was the goalie.
Zucchini.
And
zucchini. I'm putting zucchini.
I scored once and he blocked once. And then
you remember this.
Yeah.
Zucchini and olive oil.
Sorry, I had to pause my video because it said spam was calling me.
Oh wow.
And my protein. There's protein in lots of stuff. If you just eat naturally healthy.
Right now this meal has protein from walnuts, and I don't know, sometimes I have to Google what vegetables have protein, but a lot of times just us in general. We eat nuts, we eat a lot of tofu, we do eat some of the processed meat stuff, almond milk, trying to think of peanut butter, so like nut butters in general, and then whatever
And
vegetables.
beans, and we eat lots of beans.
Beans,
And,
tons of beans. Yeah, that's probably where we get
probably most of our protein
a lot
comes
of
from that.
protein.
But I do think that is an over worry that many people have. It's funny when there's people that are, and that's just that's a fine question that you're asking. It's funny when there's people that are more angry about it, that I'm like, but you're not even in shape though. Like, if you're a healthy person that's concerned about your health and you have health questions, I totally get it. But there's people that are just like, you're not healthy and you're asking me all these health questions. Like, you're not interested in where your protein comes from. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know where your protein comes from. And now you're concerned where I'm getting mine? Like, what are you talking about?
I have a friend who's vegan doing keto, and she's just eating everything but that. And it's a lot of just like trying to think of, you can definitely be without carbs. Like what I should have probably done with this meal if I would have been better prepared, but I haven't tried it yet, and I don't want to try it now because if I failed, this might be not fun to watch. We have a spiraler that I have not attempted yet. And the spiraler, you can use zucchini or other vegetables like carrots, and you crank it out and it spirals them into like pasta shape. So then you put pesto on that, and then you don't have the carbs.
We probably had it for a while. Who got us that?
Jackie got me that.
And we haven't. Have we opened the package?
It's open, but I haven't attempted it, and I need to just attempt it. When I first use stuff, it feels like hard to, like I think it's going to be hard to figure out something for the first time, so I put it off. And it's never as hard as I think it is. Never.
Next solid question from Freddie Chico. And it's a solid question because I had the exact question before I went vegan. Where does the taste come from? Is equivalent to where your protein comes from. It's funny.
Oh,
I get it. And the being vegan. Yeah.
In the curiosity of it.
In the curiosity of it. No, I totally get it. Before I went, I even had jokes about it of like, I never said on stage, but I remember my early stages of writing of being like a vegan. I found out as someone who doesn't eat taste or something. I don't know.
Care or doesn't
care
about taste.
Yeah.
Broccoli.
But to be honest,
olive oil.
I have never enjoyed food more I've never enjoyed food more in my entire life until I went vegan, because it requires you to put a little bit more thought into what you're eating, and then you're allowed to be a picky eater. So then I just put more effort into actually making my food. When I wasn't vegan, I was just like, this is food, I'll eat it, give me it. Does it have onions? No? All right, I'll eat it. And that was it. That was
basically a hot sauce.
so I didn't, oh man, I gotta cut this.
I can do it for you.
And so that was my main worry. But now I've never enjoyed food more in my life until I went vegan. Put a little bit more thought into it. I think that people forget just how addicted you get to food. You know what I mean? Like cheese. We all love cheese.
Cheese is literally addictive.
But cheese is like scientifically addictive. Cheese is more addictive than it tastes good. And people will argue with me on that, and that's fine that you can be wrong. But nobody's described what cheese tastes like. Like, what does it taste like? No, I don't know. That shit just tastes good.
It stimulates a part of your brain, the same part of your brain that opiates stimulate. Mm-hmm. So it is addictive like heroin.
Like heroin is.
And it also is like some cheeses are like a molecule away from plastic. Mm-hmm. So it's really weird because I loved cheese. Loved. It was my favorite food. So, yeah.
There is no good replacement for bacon, and there's no replacement for steak. I always thought steak was overrated. Chicken is way better than steak. I'll argue with anybody about that. Chicken is more versatile.
Wait, before you go on.
All right, sorry.
I just wanted to say we're using whole wheat rotini.
And where'd you get these?
This one was just...
Oh, not the 99 cent
store? Oh, wait,
store?
No, this one was the 99 cent store.
I tried to set you up for a 99 cent store plug.
No, but I love the 99 cent store. I was going to say, this same brand and everything at the 99 cent store, they have one that's like vegetable pasta, and they just don't have it now because of quarantine.
Am I supposed to be turning this?
So yeah, but go ahead. Say what you were saying.
I don't know.
Oh no.
Yeah, steak. I've always felt like steak is overrated. But most taste by definition really is the accumulation of texture, sauce, and seasoning. Like when you put all of that together, you get the taste. So a lot of that, except for the steak, can be duplicated. Like I found myself addicted. I thought I was addicted to buffalo wings, and I was just addicted to buffalo sauce.
Yeah.
I can put buffalo on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like once you find out that you didn't love barbecue, you love barbecue sauce. You want to put you want that texture in sauce, and I think that a lot of that can be made in other forms.
I don't even remember.
And you get so addicted to meat that when you go long enough without it, you find yourself you didn't really like it as much as you thought you did. You guys remember when you were kids and you guys liked the taste of bologna? You remember that? And then you got older and you were like, what the fuck is bologna? It's child abuse to give your children bologna. It is
weird.
It's the most disgusting meat in the world. But as a kid, you're just like, okay, I'll eat it. And then as an adult, you eat it and you're just like, who the fuck was I? Why did I eat bologna?
I'm putting a little olive oil in the water of the pasta. And it's whole wheat pasta. So
whole wheat pasta? Oh, is that another step?
And, And I am putting a little salt in the pasta.
I didn't eat steak. I prefer chicken. I'm with you. You prefer duck. I guess that is the difference. Is that a France difference, or is that just I'm not cultured at all? Or I don't know where duck is more commonly.
I guess it would be more common in France only because there is a type of duck called foie gras. I don't know how to say it right.
What were you trying to say?
Foie gras.
I don't know. Can you say it without the accent?
No.
Foie
gras? I don't know how to say it.
I don't know what you're trying to say, so I can't. I'm not even cultured enough to know the.
There's a thing where they make meat. They make duck where they force feed a duck food, and then it gets really, really fat, and then they eat the duck after.
They make the duck morbid. They ruin the duck's life by making it morbidly obese.
Force feed with like a tube, like.
They force feed a duck to be morbidly obese.
That's what I mean. I might have the details wrong, but that's what I think. That's what happened.
People that eat meat are less evolved.
Oh Lord!
This is
where we lose viewers.
This is where we lose viewers. But how do you watch a duck just being? Don't move, you little fucking duck. Stay there, and then you just shove food down its throat like a shovel, and then you kill.
I don't know, but I'm also going spinach.
Going spinach?
I'm going spinach.
We're going spinach. We're throwing some spinach in there.
You can put spinach.
That's foie grass. Did I say it right? Foie grass?
I don't know how to say it. I might have too much spinach.
I don't even try to say it correctly, because then if I try to say it correctly, it just is more embarrassing for me.
Frog grass?
What I was talking about is foie gras. I've never eaten it. I mean duck meat. She just means duck stuff.
No. I didn't mean that's what
it just made
she
you
was
think
talking about. But yeah.
Okay.
But it's French. That
Freddie knows about foie gras.
Because the word is French, I was like, oh, well, maybe they eat more duck there because that's where that duck thing came from. Okay, putting more olive oil in
more olive oil? All right, I'm going to make some more coffee that I don't need just because I like being hyper.
Yay! I'm stir frying, I guess, vegetables in olive oil.
Oh man, you're going to put sun-dried tomatoes in it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I won! Anytime I convince her to put sun-dried tomatoes in food, I won.
If anyone's ever watched us cook on a Saturday before, every single thing we make has sun-dried tomatoes in it.
Bitches.
And a plug for the 99-cent store.
Sun-dried tomatoes. Sorry.
You gotta have themes, and our themes are sun-dried tomatoes and the 99-cent store.
Now I'm making coffee. I don't know how What? I don't know. I was gonna say something that didn't matter. You talk.
Okay. Capers. Capers are the best. These are $1 at the 99-cent store. And I don't think I have the other kind of capers. These are weird capers. Capers are usually, Capers are usually little.
That's so funny. We humans, just by nature, we're so fat that we make animals fat to then eat them. They're like, it's not enough for us to be fat. We have to make the animal fat, and then we eat the animal being fat. That's the fattest shit in the world. I can't imagine.
These are,
Stop it, Justin.
What? Justin calls you every
Justin calls me during the thing.
every live.
Every live I'm in. He calls me like he thinks he can join it that way.
So these are capers, and if you know what capers size usually are, it's like half this size. But these are fatty capers. I don't know why, but they taste like extra salty, and they're super good. So I don't know if it's because it says cohost or something. I wouldn't know how to find these if they weren't at the 99-cent store.
What do we know about the 99-cent store? What do you know about the 99-cent store? This whole house is 99-cent store.
Who said that?
Your phone. I'm reading your phone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We in Michigan. Oh yeah. There's no the 99-cent store here is way better.
It's a whole different store.
Than the ones in Michigan. And it's not a dollar store. It's more like Family Dollar.
It's more like Family Dollar, but
it's got way better stuff and for cheap.
Because Family Dollar, to be honest, is really just an overpriced dollar store. Everything should be $1, and it's not. But the 99-cent store, they got like organic fruits and vegetables. They got everything.
Yeah, it's crazy. And
in Los Angeles.
Yes, in Los Angeles. And we are cooking vegan pesto with vegetables, and the pasta is whole wheat rotini pasta. And I just want to know who was the first one that said, capers, let's eat it. Yeah, I know. It's very weird.
Well, what is a caper? Is that weird?
I know, I don't even know what it is.
That's how I feel about onions. Who was the first person that was like, oh, this thing that we can use is like poison?
Yeah, that's so weird. And also putting in artichokes, also from the 99-cent store. This is $1. It made me happy because like capers and artichokes are not something I would have just
more coffee
like sprung for in pandemic times. Like, oh, we need artichokes, sun-dried tomatoes.
How would you say that?
Oh, we need artichokes.
One of my favorite things about Esther is that whenever she says something weird and funny, and then I ask her to repeat it, she always repeats it. Some people don't want to do that because they get embarrassed, which is weird. I'm like, I just thought you said a funny thing. I want you to say it again so we can all laugh again. Sometimes you're like, what did you say? And they're like, oh, no. And they get all shy. And I'm like, well, then don't try to say funny stuff if you're not willing to repeat the funny thing.
Because Jeff will steal it. If you
It's
don't go on the stage,
it's not stealing. It's not stealing if you're not a comedian. If you're not a comedian, it's not stealing. Stop.
All right.
Oh, and if you say you might do comedy someday, I'll lie to your face and tell you that I won't steal your joke.
Well,
you're never gonna do that.
You have a cutoff though. You're like, you have to go on stage within the year.
Yeah, you got to go in within a year. If this is some dream that eventually someday when you're 90 years old you might go on stage once, then no, that's not. But if you're somebody who might actually do it, then I won't steal your joke.
Begrudgingly, I talk him into them not stealing.
Yeah, but I get angry about it.
We got to add more. We got to add more sun-dried tomatoes, and more artichokes, and real tomatoes. But I have to drain this.
I have a list of. I keep track of my friends' jokes.
Yeah.
I have a list of things
list
that
for
Esther
Jude.
said and that Jude has said in my phone of like, these are jokes of yours. I don't know if you remember it.
It is great. It's dating Jeff in the what a boyfriend does for you sense. He writes down my joke ideas when I'm too lazy to. It's the equivalent of holding my purse at the mall. He's like, I'll write it for you. He won't show up, but he'll write down my joke ideas that I don't do.
I'm with it. It works. What's up, Angie? How are we doing?
All right, I'm throwing sun-dried tomatoes in. Don't get hit.
That's hilarious. I love what
Your
people
body.
are racially sensitive
Move
about.
your body.
What?
Oh, sorry. I didn't want to hit you with a tomato.
Okay, that's funny. Not to be racist or nothing. That's hilarious because usually when when a black person starts a sentence with not to be racist or nothing, it's definitely, it's not racist at all. Not even at all. It's so funny because it's the exact opposite of when white people start a sentence with not to be racist or nothing. Not to be racist or nothing, but onions and capers, mostly capers, is a white people thing. However, I do like to think I'm cultured slightly, and the white folks schooled me on this one.
That's great. I don't even know what capers are they. Italian?
I don't know what they
I
are.
mostly had them in Italian food, but I don't know if that's the kind of food they
Yeah, go.
mostly is.
Hey, Freddie, do you play I play Call of Duty on my phone. You play Call of Duty, Freddie? I play Call of Duty. Call of Duty mobile on your phone. I will advertise for them for free. I love it. I play probably about an hour a day. I got like arthritis issues on my hand that I got to do hand stretches every day just to make sure that I can still play Call of Duty someday. That's my level of addiction, and I support you playing Call of Duty.
Man.
It's great on the phone.
For the pasta, this is a controversial thing
Is it?
that we've looked up many times.
Controversy.
Yes. There are things that say processed in a facility that uses egg and milk. And I think that's for allergy reasons, because I was avoiding those for the longest
It's for
time.
allergy and suing reasons,
Yeah.
because people are so sue happy, especially more specifically probably in the United States, are so sue happy that some companies are like, look, yeah, there might be some milk in it. I don't give a fuck. So I'm just going to say maybe there's milk in there,
So
and then I don't got to worry.
we've
But
looked it up as far as like a lot of vegan stuff is just what you decide your limit is. Like I eat honey. A lot of vegans don't eat honey. And if you look it up, some vegans eat honey and some don't. Some get mad about it and some don't. I don't get mad. And Jeff doesn't get mad that I eat honey and still say that I'm dairy free. So it's like, it's weird. I mean, it's like, we looked up just like what people say about the process in a facility that uses eggs and milk. And it is more that. It's like it's in a facility. So if somebody didn't properly clean, I guess there's the slight chance that you'd be touching milk.
Because you can
use
use the same conveyor belt, but the whole idea of veganism is that you're not increasing the demand of animal products. So if it's accidentally on the same conveyor belt that another food was on, that's a little bit different than purchasing an actual cheeseburger or something.
Yeah, so we eat that stuff.
So
and
we
once
eat that.
again, it's cheap,
Glory
99 cents
Hall,
store
what's
stuff.
up?
It's this is mostly all cheap.
Should I show them what we're looking at right now?
Yeah.
Watch out. No. So this is what we're looking at right now. I can't put it in everything. Okay, this is what we're
That's
looking
the
at.
vegetables.
This is the vegetables. For those
This
of you
is
just
the pasta.
joining us, this is the pesto. This is the pesto. And pasta looks like pasta. So I don't know if you guys want to see the pasta, but it looks like pasta. You can trust me on that one.
And then I'm putting in pearl tomatoes. Trader Joe's pearl tomatoes are my new favorite tomato. I mean, I wish I could grow tomatoes, but we don't have that.
Yeah, we don't really have the ability to grow stuff right here.
Pearl
We want to grow things.
tomatoes. And I gotta go find some farmers.
Gotta go find some farmers
Apparently
that
there's
sell
farmers
anything,
here.
or just find them to hang out and play games with them.
But I haven't found the farmers yet.
Tahira, yeah, no, trust me. Check out Call of Duty on your phone. It's you can fully customize where you want to touch to move things. It's fantastic. It looks exactly like the game. I got her addicted to it. We call it shooting bitches.
Yeah.
And
Technical term.
it's a technical term, so we'll be like, you want to shoot some bitches?
All right. So I'm not overdoing the broccoli. I usually accidentally overdo the broccoli, so I'm trying not to. I don't like it underdone, but I think this isn't bad. So then what I do is put the.
Looks yum yum. Is that yum yum?
I think so.
In like Mad Gab language?
So I put the pesto on the vegetables. I guess you don't have to. You could just put this on the pasta and then the vegetables on. I don't know the best way in that way. I think I'll do a little of both.
Do a little both?
So I'm putting some of the pesto in with the vegetables and then adding some other after too.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting a thing. Oh yeah, I'm forgetting spices in the vegetables.
Spices?
I'm going California pepper.
Now this is where we go fancy. You didn't go fancy on the garlic powder because apparently there's a fancy version of garlic powder.
Well, I just don't have Penzi garlic powder. I bet it's way better.
But we got some fanciness coming on the actual spices. We get a handful.
And
show them what we got.
Well, I'm going California pepper, which I always forget
For
what they
Penzi
all
spices,
have. But
yeah.
Penzi spices. It's got black pepper, red and green bell pepper. Oh, I don't even have bell pepper, do I? No, I don't. Usually we have peppers. Usually I don't want banana pepper, but usually we put in
maybe
like some sort of peppers, and I just don't have any right now. Italian herb. So it's the usual Italian herbs, oregano, basil, thyme, cracked rosemary. I didn't know that was in there.
Cracked
That's
rosemary?
awesome. I don't know.
I don't know
And
what that
then, Italian herb and pasta sprinkle, pretty much the same thing. Basil, oregano, thyme, garlic. But I'm just going both because why not? So that is a crap ton of spices.
Yeah. Crap ton. She's going to write that down in her notes.
Crap ton of spices. And I think we might be good. Like you can, someone was saying earlier, I believe Heidi was saying earlier, you can put pesto like just room temperature, make it, and put it on cold pasta, and that's like a pasta salad, or cold vegetables, really anything. Like someone was saying quesadillas, you can put it on there. It's super versatile on tons of stuff. If anything, like reusing it is just weird. Like I guess I warm it up when I'm doing something, using it on something warm, the leftovers. But you could also just put it on something cold. Or
I'm going to read this note. Tahira said, so I tried a black bean burger the other day and was pleasantly surprised. It didn't taste bad at all. It's actually good. Can't really describe it, but it didn't taste like a burger, but was good. I'm going to try it and venture into some more vegan meals. Yeah. You might like those, there's black bean burgers. There's also, especially now, there's just a million different, everybody's trying to compete with like Impossible Burgers and Beyond Meat. Now it's like Trader Joe's has one. Our favorite like one that we have is called Awesome Burger.
by the brand Light Life.
And it's by the brand Light Life. And so far, that's like the best burger, plant-based burger that we've found after, all of the ones that we've tried.
It's not that much. It's $6 for two, because those are more expensive.
Yeah.
Because the way they're made.
Because the way they're made.
And they're bigger.
But then when I just think about the fact that it tastes to me better than a burger that I would buy at a restaurant, so it's still cheaper than eating out. So I feel like if you spend a little bit more money on food that you make at home every day, you're still saving a lot more money.
Yeah. So like I said, this is 99-cent store pasta. And the way you know that is because there's just one of these guys in there. They're just like, one. Who's the mascot? That one probably has an egg in it. I don't know. All right. Serve your pasta.
Is this my bowl?
Yep.
That's what we're doing?
This is what we're doing. So the doctoring is what's up. We doctor our food like crazy people. Yeah.
Our food usually gets cold by the time that we want to eat it because we make so many changes and adjustments to the food.
I don't know what else to call it.
Should I save any of this? Should I eat all of this? How much
Whatever
did
you want to
get?
do.
Is this how much you had?
Whatever you want to do.
I eat so much that I always have to ask her how much I'm allowed to eat. I don't know why I feel. There's 2 minutes left in my video. I'm not sure if I should come back and show you guys what it looks like.
I have to come back. Doctoring takes
Yeah, we got to doctor it to make some time. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually, for those of you just joining, we're making some vegan pasta. We just made it. I'll show you pesto and pasta, and I'll show you what it looks like. However, my video is going to end in 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I'm just going to end it for Instagram. I'm sorry. Everybody else ignore me. If you're on my Instagram, I'm going to end it and come right back.
You more.
Join me shortly. Bye, everybody.
All right, so as always, Trader Joe's sun-dried tomatoes. I will tell you, they have the best price. We have priced sun-dried tomatoes. They're like $2 something.
Do we have anything for this? For the pesto? Have you gotten to
For
that yet?
that, I did
For
not.
that?
You can use that spatula.
Okay. All right.
Spatula. Or you can use this spoon.
Too late.
This is better. All right. So the vegetables were broccoli, spinach, zucchini. I would have put peppers, but I didn't have them. Sun-dried tomatoes and cucumbers. And artichokes.
Oh, right. Trying to get back on.
Well, jarred artichokes. I don't know how to cook from raw artichoke world. But
Give me 2 seconds there, Esther. Entertain.
Also, the burger was hospital food, so yeah, they got
Oh, wow.
kudos. Wow, yeah, that is good. What's that place called? Buffalo Wild Wings. I ate their black burger for a long time, and it was good. It was super filling. Like that thing was super filling, and I would eat it leftover, just cold the next day, and it was good still. It's weird. But yeah, so our pesto had walnuts because pine nuts cost $1 million. So, and I was like hating on walnut pesto my whole life before this. And
What's up,
it's
everybody?
good. The only bad part about walnut pesto is I don't eat like just the walnuts on top of it as a garnish like I did with the pine nuts. I don't know if it'd be good. I'll try that.
So
now
some news.
I am putting.
Throw it away? Where'd it go? There we go.
No, but you can also add more pesto.
Oh,
That's what's up.
that's what's up. All right. This is what's up, everybody. We made, for those of you joining us for the first time, we made some vegan pesto and pasta. And this is what we're looking at. Still got some more stuff to.
This is the pesto.
This is the pesto. And
So I put this, the pesto. There was some pesto in the vegetable stir-fry-ish thing. And I'm adding more pesto.
yeah,
The pesto is great because it had an entire lemon.
an entire lemon. We use an entire lemon for everything. Am I just topping this off?
Yeah. I mean, use it all if you want, whatever you feel. So yeah, so it's got the pesto with vegetables on it, added pesto for the doctoring. I add a little more olive oil as well.
What? That's crazy.
I know.
Sometimes I add hot sauce.
You and the hot sauce. You know what we can do though?
What can we do? Tell them about it.
Is add a little bit of red pepper flakes.
Yeah, thanks, Jude, for switching over to the Facebook. My Instagram stopped, so I had to start my Instagram again. You know, wherever you're watching is fine.
Crushed red pepper flakes.
Crushed red pepper.
What you would get with a pizza order. Always save it
Oh yeah, we save all of those. We got packets of
on your other food.
any free thing at
That's
a restaurant.
what life is. I salt because I'm a saltaholic.
She salts first before she even tastes it.
I'm not
She'll put
proud.
salt in the food she makes, and then before she tastes it when it's done, she'll add more salt.
Not proud. Just saying that's how I am. Okay, then I'm putting raw basil. The pesto, well, the pesto's raw. The pesto's not cooked really, other than the one we put on the vegetables. But I put basil in the pesto, and then
We can't see it. You're all the way over there.
I know, sorry. Put basil in the pesto and then basil on top.
Yeah. So
And
I'm
the
adding.
same with the nooch.
Same with the nooch. We topped off some more nooch. I'm gonna put another layer of nooch, but this is where we're at with the red pepper flakes.
This basil is from Kroger. Well, Ralph's here. They have
I
just
You look and talk like Mark Norman. You know, I've.
oh my!
I don't know why.
Yeah, what do you know?
Now I'm making vegan pesto. What do you know?
What do you do?
What do you know?
Gay.
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 Everything's gay.
Yeah.
That's how Mark Norman talks.
Yeah.
Huh.
Do what you
Kind of talks like a Seinfeld, but with
praise
less.
Allah!
Praise.
Praise Allah!
Some people don't. If you don't know Mark Norman, you just think I'm talking like a weirdo right now.
But that's how Mark Norman.
That's kind of how he talks. So now we're at.
But if
the,
you do know who he is, we did a
So
spot
what
on
does this mean,
impression.
Esther? Can you look
Who
at?
did what now?
Can you read the screen I'm pointing at and tell me what that means?
Can't see. Ex-ruminating chimp has donated $60 with the message "I like wings." All right, you look. I'm not sure what that means, but it's
All right.
the Planet Ant Live Network. And thank you guys for watching the Planet Ant Live Network. As we said before, I'll do my Planet Ant plug again. Planet Ant is a theater in Hamtramck, and it's a black box theater on one side of the street, and on the other side, I'm blanking on the street. I can't remember. Is it on?
Is it Kniff?
Is it Kniff? Okay. Anyway, there's like 2 streets in Hamtramck. On the other side is a hall that holds like 250 people, and attached to the hall is a bar called Ghost Light, and attached to that is a comedy club called the Independent Comedy Club, and they're an amazing place. Follow them on all social media. There's a podcast network, a live network. After this is a live show as well.
Yep.
And I love them. They have improv classes. They have writing, sketch classes. They hopefully soon will have sketch live, and everything will go back to normal.
Yeah.
And every show will just have masks in it. It'll be great.
And to you on the Planet Ant Network, yes, we are both into the plant-based diets. That's
Yes.
we are both vegan, and
So this
love you too, there, Connor. I'll put some other nooch.
Did I
I'm gonna put some more now that I added other stuff because I want to see it on
all
top.
right, we doctored. Oh
We
yeah,
doctored.
nooch on top. Nooch on top.
Oh, you didn't add nooch? This is
No,
my second layer of
on
nooch.
top. So nooch is like a good Parmesan cheese substitute. Although I just heard that what's that stuff called? Mayoko, I think is the brand name of some fake cheese that's supposed to have really good fake Parmesan. Fake cheese costs about
So you're answering a
$1,000.
question
Oh,
that somebody currently asked. So I
what
feel like I'll
replaces the
interrupt
cheese
you.
and the pesto? Yes, it's nooch. It's nutritional,
yeast is
yeast
the
powder.
replacement powder is the
which is this.
which is this.
And
And
eventually, I do want to try the
now there
fake
is
Parmesan. That's
there is fake
probably
Parmesan.
made from, what do they make it from? Like peas, I think, or rice? I'm
I don't
not
know.
sure. But the fake Parmesan, my Yoko brand, I just heard was amazing, and that you don't need that much of it, and that it's like you grate it like cheese. So, yeah, I need it more.
Jude, who's our nooch sponsor, added there that it has a ton of B vitamins. Ton of B vitamins in this nutritional
And it
yeast.
has amino acid.
It's got a lot of stuff.
Yes, it has amino acids,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's really good for you.
What day of the week's today?
Saturday.
Saturday. Okay.
Was that a
That was a thing I needed to know. Got an
So
email.
anyway.
I want to make sure I didn't miss something.
You look like you have more basil. This is what we
probably-
do too.
Oh man.
We
No.
spend a lot of time looking
have
at
more
each
basil.
other's food, and then we're like, yours looks better. I want mine to look like yours.
Yeah, I think that you have more basil, so I'm just gonna add more basil after you added some, and then we're never
Because
gonna
we're never gonna eat.
eat.
So this is how it looks, and it has the crushed red pepper as well.
Yep, crushed red
And-
pepper, pesto, nutritional yeast, capers. I forgot everything that's on here. Sun-dried tomatoes.
Yeah, just making sure I didn't miss anything. Are you guys in Michigan? No, LA? Yeah, you answered that. All right, so then we have to do what every good cooking show does. I feel like I'm playing pretend all the time. And we have to do Tink.
Yeah, this is it.
It's amazing.
It's the best one you made.
It's like when I make it, when I'm thinking about it, it's like a weird, fully present way of cooking when you're talking to people that are hanging out.
Yeah, we just do this show as an excuse to force ourselves to make good food.
And do it right. Because
And
if
do it
I
right.
don't do it this way,
And she
Then
doesn't
I
write
have
down
to
how
do
she
it.
makes food.
I have
So
to.
now we
Yeah,
remember
I
we got documented evidence of the instructions and making it, so it's not just
would have been half like
yeah.
writing the script or something while also boiling pasta too long and then burning some.
She doesn't
broccoli.
time things typically. She's just
I
going
feel-
off of the feel. She thinks that her soul will just get an alert message.
Yep.
And that her heart's going to vibrate or something and be like, oh, I feel like something on the stove should be looked at. And that's not
And
how
it is
cooking works.
Not how it works
It's
at
not
all.
how cooking works at all.
But yeah, we're good. That worked
But
out.
yeah.
Even
all right.
without the fresh garlic. So I feel less shame now.
All right. Well, I think
They were
are we
good.
saying goodbye?
Yes. Thank you all for hanging out. Remember that Planet Inn has other shows, so check
Check 'em
those out as well. And thank you guys for hanging out, man. Makes it more fun to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So yay.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.